Okay, first of all, no one has ever told me I have free reign to do whatever I want. And even if they do, they're lying. We do a deep immersion with our clients. The last thing I want to do is impose my way of living on you. Now, having said that, most clients come to me or any other designer because they connect to something about who I am and see that I am someone who lives a life, or at least understands a life, that is similar to the one they want, right? Someone that wants something different than me, than I espouse, is going to go to a different designer, and that's what you want, right? I'm not for everybody. So I think what you do is you spend a lot of time up front on the interview process before you even take the job, because I'm not going to take a job that's not right for me, because it's not going to be right for you. So what we'll do is we spend a lot of time understanding who you are, the way you want to live. We'll send imagery back and forth, and I get a sense of you. I think one gift that I have is to understand people intrinsically. I can see what it is that they're saying, or quite frankly not saying, and get a sense of what the life that they want to lead is. When I understand that, and my team understands that, I can be incredibly targeted in how I'm designing for you. People ask me about trends a lot. I don't ascribe to trends. I ascribe to the energy and the zeitgeist that's behind them, right? Which I think is at the heart of your question. I think that what I have noticed is that, remember the big 80s, right? Which really was the big 80s and 90s? People are moving away from size and they're moving to quality. And there's two things that I have noticed. People are much more interested in detail and experiences. People are buying experiences before they're buying grandeur. Not everybody wants to show how ostentatious they are because they have a giant palace, but more, they want a curated lifestyle with things that actually are meaningful to them. I think people are become more in tune with their mortality, and they have more a sense of how long they have on this planet, and they want to make the most of it. They want every day to be filled with rich experiences, and I think that leads to more and better quality designs than just sort of large expanses. One of the things that's very exciting, and you asked me like what's my future? I think the thing that I'm most excited about is the future of Baltimore. I've been lucky enough to work with Kevin Plank, as I mentioned, for a number of years now. One of my roles is not just, sometimes I design projects for him, like this hotel. Sometimes I'm positioned to just make sure his vision is shepherded, and his vision is expansive, and it's very exciting. If you think about all the things, all the assets that Baltimore has that nobody seems to know about, they think of us as about the wire, right? Or homicide, which this has now sort of erased that and given it a new chapter. If you think about what we have, we've got the deepest inland port in the United States. 45 minutes from Washington, D.C., 2 hours and 15 minutes from New York City. Nobody seems to know how many assets that we really have. So, for example, Kevin has just recently purchased or acquired the water taxi, and he's designing these new boats that are authentic to the Chesapeake watermen. So, like when you go to Florence and you see, the red tile roofs of Florence, and that expresses what makes Florence, Florence. We have all of those attributes here, and pretty soon we're going to have a water taxi system that you can use like Uber to go from point to point all along our beautiful harbor that heretofore has been only maybe 50% engaged. And now we've got this incredible water taxi system with unique boats specifically to ours. We've got a new distillery based on Kevin's vision for making rye that is plunked down in Port Covington, and the whole new expansion of the city into the Port Covington, which is 240 acres of new, vibrant, mixed-use development that is just going to help our city engage in its waterfront. So, like for example, I could take a water taxi from this hotel, walk out the door, grab it, go over to Port Covington, engage in a whole new section of Baltimore, have dinner at the distillery, and all of these things are happening and nobody seems to know about it, and we're right in the middle of it. So it's very exciting for me.